Pick up king queen, under the gun limps. I make it 40 cents. Blinds fold, and he calls. So the flop comes out, 5-5 jack, and this is not likely to hit him. He's not likely to have a 5 in his range. Could have a jack, but it's also just more likely he has a random hand that did not connect. And he checks, and I decide to bet 40 cents. And he calls. Turn comes out a 9. I pick up a gut shot, and I think I should probably be barreling the turn. I'll get hands like small pairs to fold. A jack's not folding. But I prefer a bet on the turn. Either way, the river came out and he bets. So I didn't have a read on him at the time. And so what I'm thinking here is he's not going to be betting ace high here. So his hand is either a jack or just air that floated. So it's hard to just presume that people you don't know are going to just be leading out bluffing. But the only way you're going to find out is if you look them up at some point. And there are more combinations of air hands than there are jacks. So you should always be thinking that. But really, though, you have to think, is this person capable of limp calling a flop, checking turn, and then leading a bluff on the river? And yes, that's common, but at the lower tables, not everyone is making moves like that. And anyway, I decided to look him up. I wasn't convinced at the time that this was going to be a bluff. I just usually they'd have it, but I wasn't sure. So I did end up looking him up with king high, and they were bluffing. So they had king deuce, and I noted this. So yeah, limping king deuce off under the gun, floating a flop out of position. And I bet the turn like I was supposed to. I'd have just taken this pot down. I actually don't know why. Or I was multitasking or doing something else. For whatever reason, this is. I think I should be betting this most of the time. Although I'm representing a very narrow range. If I do that, I'm representing jack or a pair is better than jack, which is fine. But representing a very narrow range. And but yeah, it worked out. So took down a pot with king high, but interesting spot here. But always be paying attention to your opponent, what you think their range is, what they could be doing. Does it make sense? If it doesn't make sense and you're not sure, sometimes it's beneficial just to look them up and get that read so you can know for future situations. Otherwise, you're going to leave the hand second guessing yourself. For instance, in this case, I just paid 90 cents and found out more information than I could ever want about this player. I mean, like I said earlier, I found out he's limping king deuce off under the gun. He's bluffing, and I'm going to be able to make a lot of money playing that person in the future if they continue to do this type of thing. It's just good to know. So yeah, I just wanted to show this hand to demonstrate that it's always good to be paying attention and occasionally looking people up to get information.